what's up, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Monday, December 19th, 2022. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by my dad, Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
There we go. All right. I had a pretty good weekend on my picks this weekend.
Sucked. I had 13 picks. I was 5 right, 8 wrong.
I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was 13-3 on my picks this weekend.
You kick butt.
I was 5-0 on NBA on Friday. I was 3-0 on my college football picks on Saturday, or 4-0, excuse me. On my NFL Saturday, I was 1-2, and then I was 3-1 yesterday in the NFL. The one I lost yesterday was the Eagles. They won the game, but they didn't cover the spread.
Yeah.
So I had a real good weekend on the picks. Check this real quick.
Teams are having a hard time covering the spread right now. Seems like.
Yeah. And you're getting a lot of these division games that are real important as well.
Still quite a few teams are still technically in the playoff hunt. There's only 3 or 4 teams that's mathematically that's, 3 or 4 teams that's mathematically out of it. There's only 3 or 4 teams. Even mathematically, the Colts still ain't out of it yet. I mean, I think the percent maybe like 1%, 2%, but I mean.
All right. Give me a second to get this pulled up. We got a big Monday night game tonight. Rams at the Packers. What do you think about that game?
Yeah, I keep going back and forth. What point spread do you have? What I seen was -9.5. Green Bay.
Give me 1 second. I'll get it pulled up. I think it was up to like 7.5 now.
Oh, you think it's down to 7.5?
I'm pretty sure because it's a 7.5.
That makes me feel better because I was thinking I was liking Green Bay, but then I just thought 9.5 was too much.
Yeah.
7.5 I might go for. Even though Baker looked pretty good the last time out.
Yeah. No, yeah. This is a hard game for me because Baker did look pretty good coming back out with the Rams. Was that because the other team really didn't get a chance to do a game plan for him? Or, is he going to be able to repeat that this week? So that kind of worries me. But then on the Packers side, they're a team that can struggle to score points. So that's why the 7.5 kind of worries me. Are they going to be able to score enough to be up over 7.5?
Yeah.
That offense, but the Rams defense hasn't been playing great either. So
they've got a lot of injuries on defense.
I lean toward the Packers in this game. 7.5, I think it's going to keep me away from that. But I like the under the 39.5 because I could see this being a low scoring game. Just because neither one of these offenses have been real explosive all season. So I expect probably a low scoring game. I like Green Bay to win. I like Green Bay to win the game.
I got a parlay. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with Green Bay -7.5. I'm going with Watson over 46.5 yards receiving, and I'm gonna go with Watson anytime touchdown. And a $10 bet would be worth $63 at plus 533.
All right, that's all the NFL for tonight. There's no college football. There's a college football game on already, but that's only one today. It started early. NBA tonight, you got the Utah Jazz at the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers are 6.5-point favorites. They're -250 on the money line. Over-unders at 220.5. The Utah Jazz are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're 6-10 on the road. And Sexton will be out tonight for the Jazz. The Cavs are 4-1 over their last 5 games, and they're 14-2 at home this season. I like the Cavs at the -6.5.
Yeah, I do too.
To cover that tonight. Next game is the Toronto Raptors at the Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers are 6.5-point favorites. -255 on the money line. The Raptors are +210 on the money line. Over-unders at 220. I like the Sixers to win this game, but the 6.5 points was a little high for me against this Raptors team. I think it's going to be a real close game. So I lean toward the 76ers at the -6.5. I do lean toward the under the 220 in this game as well, because the Raptors are a team that played pretty good defense. I could see this being a little bit of a lower scoring game. Next game is the Orlando Magic at the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks are 8-point favorites. They're minus 335 on the money line. The Orlando Magic are plus 270 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 230.5. The Orlando Magic are 5-0 over the last 5 games. They beat Atlanta on December 14th, 135 to 124. That game was in Orlando at home. The Hawks are 2-3 over the last 5. They're going to have Capella out tonight, Murray out tonight, and Collins out tonight. I think 8 points is way too big of a favorite for the Hawks with all them guys missing. So I like, and this has been going more toward the Hawks because this earlier this morning, this was at plus 6.5. It's up to plus 8 now. So it's moving toward the numbers moving toward the Hawks. But I like the Orlando Magic here, especially at the plus 8. Magic have been playing good basketball. And the Hawks have a lot of injuries right now. Next game is the San Antonio Spurs at the Houston Rockets. The Rockets are 5-point favorites. They're minus 196 on the money line. The Spurs are plus 164 on the money line. Over unders at 227.5. I favor the Spurs in this game. The Rockets. I know the Rockets are at home, but the Rockets are a young team. Spurs are not a real veteran team either, but I think the Spurs are a little bit better coached and are a little bit better team. So I would lean toward the Spurs at the plus 5. Then you have the Portland Trailblazers at the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Trailblazers are 5.5-point favorites, minus 225 on the money line. The Thunder are plus 190 on the money line. Over-unders at 229. I like Portland in this game. At the minus 5.5 is what I would lean toward in this game. Then you have the Dallas Mavericks at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Mavericks are 5-point favorites, minus 198 on the money line. The Timberwolves are plus 166 on the money line. Over-unders at 228.5. I like the Dallas Mavericks here on the money line against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then you have the Milwaukee Bucks at the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans are 1-point favorites. They are minus 108 on the money line. The Bucks are minus 108 on the money line. So this game is basically a pick 'em. Over-unders at 228. For the Bucks, Chris Middleton is going to be out. The Bucks are 3-2 over the last 5, 7-5 on the road. The Pelicans are 2-3 over the last 5 games, but they are also 12-3 at home. I like the New Orleans Pelicans here on the money line to pick up a win against the Bucks tonight. Without Middleton, I think the Pelicans are. I think it's gonna be a good game, even if Middleton. I think the Bucks are gonna miss Middleton against this tough Pelicans team.
Didn't the Pelicans have somebody out too, though?
I don't think so.
I thought I read that maybe Ingram was gonna be out.
It wasn't on the injury report this morning.
Well, he didn't play He didn't play yesterday. So.
Yeah, he wasn't on the injury report this morning.
Okay.
But I will look in a minute. Last NBA game is the Lakers at the Phoenix Suns. Suns are 11-point favorites, minus 590 on the money line. Lakers are plus 430 on the money line. Anthony Davis is going to be out for a while with a foot injury. There's no timetable for when he's going to return.
That's all they need.
So I like the Suns to win the game, but 11 points was too many points for me to go with.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question about the Lakers here in just a second, but what did you have for the Dallas and the Timberwolves? What was the point spread on
that? Dallas is 5-point favorites. All right. My picks, I'll go ahead and give out my picks, but my best picks for the day, because all I have for today is NFL and then some NBA. But I really didn't like many of the college basketball games. It wasn't the whole big slate.
I did a college basketball and NHL.
Okay, yeah, I figured you'd probably have hockey. For football tonight, my best pick is going to be the under for the 39.5. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored between these two offenses. In the NBA tonight, I like the Cavs at the minus 6.5 at home against the Utah Jazz. I like the Orlando Magic plus 8 on the road against the Atlanta Hawks. I like the Dallas Mavericks money line. and I like the New Orleans Pelicans money line. Like I said, over the weekend, I had a real good weekend. I said it was 13-3, I think is what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, 13-3 over the weekend. So I had a great weekend on the picks. We appreciate everybody that has been watching and following us.
Yep.
Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. I know Dad has some hockey and
I got my NBA too,
and a college basketball and stuff. So
okay.
I'll let him go ahead and give out his stuff.
Okay, NBA. I got Utah at Cleveland. I'm gonna take Cleveland minus the 6.5. I've got the Dallas Mavericks at Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm gonna take Timberwolves +5, and then I got the Milwaukee Bucks at the Pelicans. I'm gonna take the Bucks +1. Could go money line either way there, but NHL. I got the Buffalo Sabres at the Vegas Golden Knights. I'll take the Golden Knights win money line. I've got Detroit Red Wings at the Washington Capitals. I'll take the Capitals win money line. I've got the New York Islanders at the Colorado Avalanche. I'll take the Avalanche win money line. And my college basketball, I got Marshall win money line at Glenville College. I've got North Dakota State at Western Illinois. I'll take Western Illinois -1.5. And I got St. Bonaventure -2 at Siena.
All right.
And I did have a question for you, a couple questions. First one on the Lakers. As of right now, do you think they make the playoffs?
I don't think they will.
I don't either. I don't either.
No, I don't. I don't think they're making the playoffs.
What's your takes after this past week in the NFL?
Oh man, it was a crazy weekend. You still have a lot of teams that are in the hunt to be able to make the playoffs. These last 2 or 3 weeks of the season is going to be real, I think, exciting, and probably a little more exciting than even over the last few years toward the end of the season, because you have so many teams that are still in contention, and you really don't have that one team that's just so dominant that you think is automatically going to win it. I mean, I can see 2 or 3 different teams out of the AFC making it out of the AFC with the Bills and the Bengals, the Chiefs. I mean, all 3 of them, when they're on, they can beat anybody. And then in the NFC, you got I still think the 49ers are right there.
Eagles, 49ers are the top 2. Dallas is a little inconsistent, but if they play well, they could be right there, I think.
I mean, and the Vikings, if their defense could get hot, I think they could be dangerous, but their defense hasn't showed that they can hold up yet, especially against the better teams.
Yeah, their offense can be a little inconsistent too at times. When their offense is on and their defense can play decently, the Vikings could be dangerous. Team that's hot right now too is Jacksonville. Yeah. They're playing really well right now, and they've got, if they can maintain, they've got that last game of the year against Tennessee. And they've got the tie. If they beat Tennessee, they have the tiebreaker because they'd have 2 wins over Tennessee.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville has a good shot at winning that division. I really do. I like the way they're playing right now.
Do you think that Tennessee coach could be in trouble?
I don't know. I wouldn't think so, because I mean, he's done a good job, but I mean, they've lost 4 in a row now. So, and I know you're your starting quarterback's on a hurt ankle.
Yeah.
But their defense hasn't played as sharp over the last 2 or 3 games like they were earlier in the year.
The defense played really good a couple of games. Blew a game against, I believe, Kansas City.
Yeah,
that they was going to win, should have won. They played, they didn't have the normal quarterback, or I think they would have won that game. I don't know. The defense has really struggled lately. Another question, Dallas Cowboys. Heard you guys talking earlier, and I know Jay's on the afternoon show with you. He was saying that he thought Dallas needed to be like 50-50 pass and run. I disagree.
Oh no, I disagree too. They need to be a run first team. They need to be, in my opinion, 60, at least 60-40.
I was going to say 60-40 at least, like you said, maybe even 70-30. But because the thing of it is, the run is going to set up that play action, going to set up the pass. Why would you want to pass more than you throw? I mean, pass more than you run.
Especially right now. I mean, Dak Prescott's thrown 10 interceptions since week 7.
Yes.
That leads the league. So it ain't like it's just been the last couple of games he's been throwing interceptions. Ever since he's came back, he's been turning the ball over.
Yes, he has. And I think that's the problem right now.
And what were they doing when Cooper Rush was the quarterback? They were running the ball, and they were running the ball and playing good defense.
And don't get me wrong,
but their defense hasn't been playing as well here lately as it was toward the beginning of the season either.
I think that there's upside to not have Cooper Rush in there and have the other quarterback, because he can do some things Cooper Rush can, but he got to play within himself and not make the mistakes. That's the one thing that still I have a question mark with San Francisco. If it comes down, can that kid make that key play in the playoffs?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he can't. You don't know, but he's got everything. He's got all the weapons and all the tools around him. I mean, well, he's minus a wide receiver right now, but I do think he's going to be back. And I don't think I think they're going to be able to maintain their playoff position at number 3. Hell, who knows? They could move up to number 2 before it's over with. I think they're a better team in Minnesota.
I do too.
Overall. Yeah, there was a crazy weekend.
Yeah, crazy weekend, and I think this game tonight will be pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I think they're two pretty evenly matched teams right now. With the Packers and the Rams, I mean, I guess there's still an outside shot that the Packers could sneak in, but they'd have to win out and have some help.
Yeah,
but
what do you think about the Lions?
I hope the Lions make the playoffs because everybody mocked the Lions when they hired Campbell. And I hated the way they'd done that because I was like, dude, give the guy a chance. You don't always have to do what everybody else does. I liked that the Lions done. They went a little bit of a different route, didn't just go the normal conventional route. And look, he has this team playing hard. They lost some games they should have won this year. Yeah,
he had a lot of injuries.
Has he made a few mistakes coaching wise made this season? Yeah, probably, but. Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries, and man, they have one of the best offenses in the league when they're healthy.
And their defense is playing better.
Yeah, defense is playing better. So I hope they get into the playoffs, and if they do get in the playoffs, I wouldn't want to play them.
Yeah, if they're the number 7 seed and you're the number 2 Vikings, I don't think the Vikings want to play them.
No,
and there's nothing to say they could get in higher than number 7. I mean, it's not impossible if they went out because. Who knows what the Washington and the Giants? I think Washington's got San Francisco this week.
Yeah, and they have some winnable games too. The Lions do.
Yeah, Washington's got a real tough schedule.
Washington has a tough schedule. Miami has a pretty tough schedule left. The Chargers schedule on that side isn't real bad, but yeah, you have some teams that still have some tough schedules.
Chargers are playing a lot better defensively. They're getting healthy at the right time. Herbert's playing really well and making key plays at the right time. So I mean,
tell you what, man, he throws a beautiful ball, man. It's like a missile.
He made a couple of throws in that game the other night yesterday that were just unbelievable. That one, he was on the run. He threw that ball probably 40 yards. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah, I agree. Well, all right, before we get out of here, I'll go back over my picks real quick. For tonight, picks over the weekend were 13-3. Tonight's picks, I like the under the 39.5 in the Rams-Packers Monday Night Football game. In the NBA, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers at -6.5 over the Utah Jazz. I have the Orlando Magic +8 against the Atlanta Hawks. I have the Dallas Mavericks money line against Minnesota, and I have the Pelicans on the money line against the Milwaukee Bucks. That's going to be my picks for tonight. Did you want to go over yours?
Yeah, I can real quick. Monday night, I got a parlay with Green Bay -7.5 against the Rams. I got Watson over 46.5 yards receiving, and I've got Watson anytime touchdown. That's my parlay for the NFL. My NBA parlay is Utah at the Cleveland Cavaliers. I got the Cavaliers -6.5. Dallas at the Timberwolves. I got the Timberwolves +5. I got the Bucks +1 at the New Orleans Pelicans. My NHL parlay, I got the Buffalo Sabres at the Vegas Golden Knights. I got the Golden Knights win money line. Got the Detroit Red Wings at the Washington Capitals. I got the Capitals win money line. I got the New York Islanders at the Colorado Avalanche. I got the Avalanche win money line. And then my college basketball parlay for tonight is Marshall win money line at Glenville College. I got North Dakota State at Western Illinois. I'll take Western Illinois -1.5. And I got St. Bonaventure -2 at Siena.
All right. Well, we want to appreciate everybody for joining us today. Don't forget, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow on Facebook and Twitch as well at Gonzo Sports Room and at the All Sports All Plays Network. Well, we greatly appreciate it. We will be back tonight at around 6 o'clock with the Horseshoe Talk or Indianapolis Colts show. And then we also have Gonzo and the Judge tonight at 11. So still have a couple more shows today that will be airing. If you missed Thunder Blunder 4, go check it out. You can find it on our YouTube page and YouTube and Facebook at Gonzo Sports Room. It was a good show Saturday night.
Real good.
Had a lot of great talented wrestlers there, so it was a real good show. Go check that out. But we appreciate everybody joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow right around 3:30 for another episode of Easy Money and Sports Betting Show.